how y'all doing, good people? This is Callan with Zooland Barbers. I'm coming to you today. I put that video up because this is a very important topic. Very important topic. The topic I have, man, is not so much the topic, but man, just as a dog owner, is a very big responsibility being a dog owner. Not just for you, not just for your dog, not just in taking care of the dog. You got neighbors, people, and you need to make sure that your dog is well secure. You need to make sure that your dog listens to you, and that's all. But in the video, I want everybody that's watching to see what you could put in the comments and see what you see that's wrong, that could have been corrected, or a situation that could have happened that wouldn't even lead up to this. Every possible angle. I think this is a good discussion question. I think this is a teachable moment for every party involved. Oh, that was my neighbor. But every party involved, I think it's a very teachable moment, man. That's why certain things I do in my yard, I try to make sure that, I try to see it before it even happens. Like, my dogs are not diggers, but any little part of my gate where I see that it's a breach, man, I try to go and fix it. I try to put something right there to make sure, because I know down the line, that'll be the way that they get out. That'll be the way something happens. And, man, my dogs are too big for them to just run up on people. Because I know if a big dog run up on me and I don't know it, and they already look intimidating. So I ain't got time to sit there and try to figure out is your dog nice or what it is. I ain't got time for it, man. I'm just keeping it real. So that's why with mine, I try to keep that in mind. These particular dogs, and the two Rottweilers in the video have known to have bitten people before. So that was a situation. I was surprised my daughter wasn't scared. Honestly, I was really shocked. I was surprised just seeing the video, and I was at work. So it was something that it caught us off guard, because we didn't see it coming. She called and said that, trying to see what who's looking at, nothing. She called and said that the dog attacked Roxy. So just so happened, and no dog was harmed. Roxy wasn't harmed, so that let me know I don't think they was really trying to bite her, because they could have chewed up like anything. They could have really chewed up. So that let me know that I don't think they was really trying to bite. They probably was just trying to, investigate her, because she was so small they ain't seen her for real, not up close. And I think that what that was. But those two dogs, one of those dogs has actually bitten people. The thing about that though, what I will say, everybody don't need a dog, because this particular neighbor, one time she cornered my wife and my daughter. They cornered them in the garage and was growling at them. That, I had talked to them on numerous occasions. Everything's settled nowadays, but man, they was tying the dog up with a shoestring, and I'm just being honest, man. Everybody don't need a dog. It's cute when they puppies, but if you're not gonna do the necessary things to make sure that you actually taking care of the dog, dogs are like children. I'm not trying to compare a dog to a child, but dogs literally are like children. Man, you got to be real with yourself in situations. Can you handle it? Can you afford it? Are you willing to do the necessary things to make sure that your dog is safe and the people around you are safe? Because everybody not into dogs. Your dog might not even be aggressive, but everybody's not into dogs just because you are. And some people, man, they won't hesitate to pull that firearm out on your dog or whatever the case may be. So you need to make sure that you looking out for your safety, your dog's safety, and your neighbor's safety. Because that situation could have got ugly real quick. If the dog would have bit my daughter, or, somebody walking down the street, dog chasing, they trying to get away from the dog and get hit by a car, some final destination type stuff. You understand? So that's all that is, man. But like I say, I would say this, and I've been preaching this. Being a dog owner, you have to be responsible. You can't just tie a dog up to a tree. And I'm not knocking people that tie their dogs up to trees. I'm not just saying that. I'm saying that you leave the dog there, and the only thing you do is give a dog food and water. You actually got to spend time with your dog. With my dogs, what I try to do is I spend time with my dog. That way I know their personality. I know what they capable of. I done put my dogs in situations where I know how they react. My dogs are cool and calm. My dogs are protective though. It's in their blood. They can't help it. They're protective dogs. They're protective of me and my family. But I do know that once I get my dogs outside of the fence, they're a totally different dog. They're not protective when they out in the we just out in the street. My dogs. The best way that I can describe it is because after watching some of my videos, I noticed that I talk like the audience know what I'm talking about. So I noticed that I need to break stuff down. So when I say that my dogs are different outside of the yard, my dogs are not aggressive. Not even in the backyard are they not aggressive, if you know what an aggressive dog is. But they will alert you and let you know that something ain't right. But I know the difference between my dogs bark. So what my dogs typically do, they are what I call reserved. That's what they are, they reserved. So they very leery of people. Nova doesn't like other dogs, but she loves dogs that she know, if that makes sense. Zeus, he don't care one way or another. When he out and I'm walking him, he in his own world. He don't care about nothing or nobody. He just lie, skipping, walking down the street. That's Zeus. So, but I know that if I was to introduce somebody and I got my dog and they want to introduce my dog, I would not do it in the backyard. I would do it around the corner or something like that, or somewhere else. Because I know when they home and they mind, they in protection mode. And they mind, they got a job to do, and that's protect the family at all costs. So I understand it. So at the end of the day, if you have dogs, man, make sure that you properly secure your dogs. Make sure you socialize your dogs. Make sure you spend time with your dogs so you know your dog's temperament, you know what they're capable of, and that's all you got to do. So for instance, okay, it's certain things that I would not do with Nova. It's certain things. Not because she's aggressive. It's just because she haven't been in certain environments, and the environments I have placed her in, I seen how she reacts. So if I take Nova around large crowds, I know her reaction. Her reaction is she constantly gonna be doing this, antsy. But because of her size, a lot of people will be nervous and scared. So by them being nervous and scared, it's almost like they done broke into her backyard or they done jumped the fence, so she might treat them as an intruder. So I know this about her. So certain things, if I was to take her out in public, I wouldn't get her where she feel boxed in, if that makes sense. I wouldn't take her in a situation or put her in that type of environment. Of course, it's different when we go to the vet because she knows the vet, But even then, if we, like for instance, when I walk on the street and I walk on the sidewalk, I don't walk her on the same side that somebody that's coming towards me. I'm gonna put myself in the middle and I'm the buffer. That's how I walk her. That's how I walk Zeus. Not only that, I don't want the dog, because I don't know what the dog might see, because I might be the one in La La Land and the dog might see something that I don't see, and the dog might lunge out at the person might trip and fall, being nervous. So I understand that. So certain situations, I'm not going to put them in. I'm not going to put my dog in. Hell, to be real, with certain situations I don't want to be in. So, that's just me. I'm not going to go certain places where I feel threatened. I feel like I have to be clutching on a firearm, that's just me. So I wouldn't put my dog in that situation. But I'm not gonna be in that situation now, and I grew that lifestyle many years ago. You know, I'm 42 years old, and you know, that ain't the life for me. But I said all that to say, man, spend time with your dog. Put your dog in certain situations as a puppy, so you know how they will react. Because just because your dog react a certain way when they were 9 months old or 9 weeks old, don't mean they're gonna be the same dog at 9 months. So whatever your lifestyle is, that's what you need to put your dog in those situations. Me, I don't like big crowds, so I wouldn't put my dog in no big crowd because I'm not gonna be in no big crowd. So there's no need for me to force that on my dog. You know, that's just me. I'm more laid back. I'm chill. This is my domain right here. This is what I like doing. If I didn't have no dogs, I'd be at the house chilling, or at one of my friends' house. We either gonna be barbecuing, playing cards, but it ain't gonna be no crowds of people. We just gonna be chilling, laid back. You know, we ain't gonna be doing nothing extra, nothing at all. So whatever your dog, whatever you involved in, if you like to hike, then your dog need to be hiking. If you like to swim, then your dog need to be swimming. If you like having your dog around, if you like to be in large crowds, then your dog need to be with you in large crowds. Because especially if you the kind of person that like taking your dog places. If not, and you just want a personal protection dog, then that's a whole different ball game. So if that's what you want, and if that's what you got, then you need to make sure that you secure your dogs. Because if you know your dogs, as soon as they get loose, they ain't finna just sit on the front porch and wait on you, and they gonna be running up down the street chasing folks and biting folks and you know, causing all kind of disturbance in your neighborhood. Then man, you need to make sure your dogs can't get loose. That's it. Because you'll give a breed of a dog a bad name because you irresponsible as a dog owner. You know, that's how pit bulls got bad names. I used to own pit bulls, man. Those some of the loving dogs, and the average pit bull don't have no aggression toward people, but considering on what people done did, how they done messed them up, man, you know, that's just how it go. You know, that's just how it go. So I say this to say, whatever breed your dog is, man, it can get a bad rep if the owner, you know, if the owner ain't doing what they supposed to do. So if you watching this, you got dogs, you into dogs, man, be responsible. Be responsible in life, period. Whatever you got going on. It ain't got to be nothing with dogs, man. Just whatever you got going on, take ownership of what you doing, have some pride in it, and be mindful of the fact that, man, hey, I don't know what I was about to say, but, you know, hey, be mindful. Be mindful. Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and play like my dogs are peachy, and they going to let people rub them and all that. First of all, that ain't any kind of dog I wanted. When I initially looked at the Borable, that's not the kind of dog I was looking at. I never liked a overly friendly dog. That's something I never been into. Because if a dog too friendly, ain't nobody can do anything. Man, you can walk up in my house, fix a sandwich, grab your Coca-Cola, watch a couple of TV shows, come in there, knock some people upside the head. You can do anything you want. But that ain't the kind of dog I want. I want a dog, and I always wanted a dog that's laid back, chill, and when it's time to go get something, it gonna get something. But I don't want no food. I ain't never wanted a dog that just running up down the street, biting folk, chasing people, that mug all on the interstate. Yeah, no, man, you doing too much. Doing too much. If I'm chill, I've been at work all week, been working, taking care of my family, arguing with my old lady about nonsense, cussing my kids out, kids, being a parent. Man, the last thing I want to do is get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because my dog loose. The neighbors calling me, man, your dog running them down the street, man. I'm trying to get ready to go to work. Man, my kids getting ready for school, man, standing there. And your dog at the bus stop chasing the kid. Man, please, that sounds like some problems, man. That sounds like some problems that I don't want to be a part of. So, like I said, I got carried away, but mainly I was talking about like my neighbor, man. Every time her dog used to get loose, man. You talking about walking out the house with baseball bats, them blams, hey man, clutching. Yeah, clutching. So, you know, and for me and my family were gonna be straight. As long as it was gonna be straight. If you understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, have some pride. Be a responsible dog owner if you got dogs. If you a person, man, have some dignity about yourself. You know, some spontaneity, if that's the correct word. I don't even know if that's the real word or not, but whatever it is, man, you know, hey, you understand what I'm trying to say and where I'm going with it. Stay focused on what you need to do. Stay positive, be positive. Like the old folks used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You understand? So, that's it, man. Anyway, man, it's Callan with Zooland Barbers. I'm out here chilling with my dogs. You know, hey, man, living, trying to. Anyway, I got Nova beside my side. For those that know, Nova is pregnant. Nova's pregnant. She got some, some buzzing in the oven. Got the biscuits. And you can look at her, she good and pregnant. But look at that old fat girl. Look at that boy, old fat girl, that boy. You see that old fat girl? Look at her. Look at her. That's all she like to do, hugs and kisses. Look at her. Up here. This my road dog for real though. Get your butt out the camera. So nasty. Man, it's Callan with Zooland Barbers. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Y'all take it easy. I'm out.